Biceps.
All right, bicep.
Sure.
Thank you.
Anyway, thank you for watching.
Live back from the Intel Esports Arena as things have been exciting so far. We saw the series go 1-1 apiece between Hellraisers and Mouse Sports, but now we're plugged in for a little bit more A-star action. It's a go versus Astralis. Snods, how are you feeling about this?
I mean, you know, on paper, we look at this matchup. I mean, not only online performances recently, obviously Astralis making it all the way through the Sydney qualifier, beating out Virtus Pro there. Was it 2-0? Yeah, it was a 2-0, obviously, at the end, because they have right now this 15-0 maps online, you know, run of form. You know, hot streak, 15-0 right now is a go. Currently, you know, second from the bottom here in the Pro League tables. A team that can really, you know, deny that to going to maybe a 16-17-0. I'm not quite too sure. I think this should be a fairly comfortable 2-0 here for Astralis.
Well, that's the thing, right? We kind of saw Astralis go versus the creme de la creme of the Polish sides with VP, and it didn't work out too well for Virtus Pro. They couldn't upset the fact that they have just had this phenomenal win streak. They're consistently adding to it. Their online form looks amazing. I mean, Dupree's just been having a mad one game in, game out.
It's true. Obviously, you know, removing Kiabi, bringing in Magic's Point now, it's freed up Dupree a lot more to play that entry style. And a lot of the, you know, Astralis T-sides revolve around him and his play style, but he's been delivering time and time again, it seems. Obviously, now on their secondary AWP, they had the short little stint there where actually the AWP was in the hands of Dupree full time, but now it seems that the roles have been, you know, discovered and they're working extremely well.
That's true. We actually do have the Betway odds on screen as well.
Oh my god, 4.6?
Yeah.
Sorry, my eyes are awful, but yeah, I mean, you know, I would usually say with those sort of odds, chuck a tenner on it and see what happens, but 15-0 right now, you know, this doesn't seem like it's going to be likely for a go.
Yeah, it's true. Obviously, an upset is going to be very hard for them. Just if you look at that recent form, that win streak says a lot, right? And that would have been the only factor. Maybe where we saw the possibility was that is, will VP upset them in the IM Sydney qualifier? That could have been the chance, but didn't happen there, and it probably won't happen now as Astralis look absolutely amazing. But it seems like we are ready to get into the action. A go versus Astralis. Our first map is Overpass. A go are your CTs. Astralis will be your Ts, and let's see if this is going to be a triumphant affair coming out from Astralis.
Yeah, during the IM Sydney qualified, teams were banning Overpass versus Astralis. And let's find out why. It's going to be the pistol round coming out already. Tau finding the first onto Magix. Furlan as well going to find the frag onto Device. So a 5 versus 3 action in favour of the Poles.
That's pretty quick. A lot of damage done there in the early confrontation towards mid. But meanwhile, the rest of the players are over at B. They're grouped up, just waiting for the bomb to arrive on the scene. And this is where actually Glaive could get cut down on the rotate. Glaive, though, turns on him 2 frags in quick succession. Pistol whips him down, showing what level of form he can bring to the table. Zipnix and Dupree left now. Into the 2 versus 3. Bomb control is firmly sealed towards that CT side, and Gruby takes down Dupree. It's all up to the Zipnix clutch. He's able to fire through Snods. Gets 1 kill. Still more to be done, though. He has to really wreak havoc against them and cause some chaos into the round. 50 seconds left on the clock as he starts to fan out and look for a potential target to attack. Pushes round here. Back out through water, making his presence known. They should be aware of this. Peeks out, gets the first! But there's the trade from Taul.
Yeah, fast trade there. A 5 versus 3 at the start of the round, obviously. First frags from Furlan and Taul. You saw that. 5 versus 3, Astralis bring it back. They try to go in back towards the B-bomb side after seeing how aggressive a go were towards at the party position. But the 2 versus 1, they're having a crossfire as soon as Xipnix is like Existence plus Zipnix combined. As soon as...
It's like a transformer.
Yeah, literally like that. Yeah, as soon as Zipnix got hurt, there towards the B short tunnel, obviously the crossfire was made and the round was won. So, now for Astralis, the false spy coming through Device, obviously the primary upper here for the Danes, but also so effective with those pistols and rifles. Such a versatile player. We'll be going for the false spy as well, so obviously the caveat here is a go if they win this round, they go 2-0 up. They're also going to be denying the AWP potentially in Device's hands into the first buyer if they can win this one cleanly. Smoke towards heaven, denied, so a slight gap towards the left here. Maybe Grubby can take advantage of.
Yeah. Oh, he actually does. Makes it work. He peeks out with a Famas from the elevated position. Going to be quite nice to deal a hefty chunk of damage. That HE could be huge as well. Oh, goes for the slam dunk, but can't quite blow him out of the server just yet.
4 versus 3. 17 HP here for Zipnix into this one. PHR pushing in now towards water as well, trying to see if he can line up the first frag for the boys on their CT side. And there's the first. Tries to line up the second as well, but Device still bobbing and weaving. Will be dispatched by Snatch Chain, just leaving Zipnix now last alive. And they're going to be on 15 points of health as well. Defuse comes through. May even just save the Kevlar here in the CZ. Still going to get the round last bonus, obviously, as the bomb was planted. So, 2-0 now for a go. They have a saved CZ down to Zipnix, so maybe if a frag's found, they can retrieve one of these M4s to Pharmacies, back it up with a Kevlar to Zipnix. But apart from that, they should be all poised for 3-0 for a go.
That's very true, right? This is the way things have actually been set up. Tao's had a nice couple of entry frags between both of these rounds now. It was a smart play from Grubby towards the B site to actually block the smoke and then peer out from the sideline. And the gap that was created by him. For Astralis, still sticking with the CZs into this one as they allow Zipnix to get a little bit more loose. Dupree as well with the confidence. We said he's looked dominant. And he shows that. 2 early frags go the way of Astralis. They now get traded back in favor of a go, though. There's no real chance to retrieve those AKs. It's been set ablaze. But Astralis instead deviate and set their gaze over at the A site.
Will be Grubby towards CT lower, playing solo towards the B site, snatching out. Goes to the peak towards A long, opens it up now for Astralis into this one. Kevlar for Device. The bomber to Magix is back, but it's going to be Furlan and Grubby in the 2 versus 2 now.
The only factor is their firepower is so much stronger, so Grubby allowed to peek out, gets both of those kills there with the M4 as he takes down Magisk and co. He's gone back to just Magisk as well, Snods. He's changed it again.
Yeah, I am Sydney qualifiers. Magic's boy. Now he's obviously grown up a bit.
Magic's man.
Magic's man. Ah, the Magic Man. That's quite a good one. But yeah, Magic's boy, obviously discovered to be such a raw talent. I mean, I think he got picked up for SK with 3,000 hours played, basically straight out of matchmaking. That's one of the great things about the Danish scene is they're so good at fielding talent, you know, having so many great leaders, IGLs. You come through it, you know. All the great fundamentals learnt early on. Early on into this one, though. Minute 30 left on the clock already. Mid-control being contested across both sides.
Ooh. An awkward confrontation there for Magisk. He actually does get overpowered by Furlan, who will be able to really bring the ruckus with that M4. This now leaves Astralis with only 4 players remaining on that T side. They're grouping up and going to go for the play out towards the A site. Tower goes down as Device will kill him off with the AK. Zipnix as well, murdering Furlan. Snatchy! Ooh, finds the flick, takes down Glaive. That's a little bit awkward. But here comes the rotate, and Device needs to be deadly as the bomb goes down. Device with the first. Repeak on the second, maybe a little bit overconfident, as it's just the 2v2. But Dupree goes for the encroaching play, gets down bank. Easy frag, now it's firmly planted back in their favor. Peeks out though. Snatchy misses the shot, lobs the Molotov in to try and restrict him from actually peeking. If he kills Zipnix, maybe there's a chance, but Zipnix too hot to handle there with a Kalashnikov. Will bring him down. And that means Astralis get the opening rifle round.
They do indeed, but obviously for a go, they found the frags, the SMGs versus the 4 spies in the eco. Some of the rounds were fairly close. They can still afford to go for the buy here. AWP for Furlan. M4 for Grubby. And then CZs, you know, 5-7 for the remaining players here for a go. So a fairly weak buy here, but for Astralis, the same cannot be said. AWP for Device, 4 AKs, want to round off the rest of the buy. Utility going to be strong. And for Astralis, if they win this round, it goes 3-2. They force and draw out the eco from a Go Esports. Then suddenly, we could be looking at a 3-3 scoreline. And obviously, Astralis on their T side, they're so good at playing the methodical, slow approach towards the A side. Smoke towards the front of toilets. A long control, banana control, force the CT, especially the AWP as well, back on towards the sites. One of the good signs of a T-sided team on Overpass is the fact that they can nullify that CT-sided AWP, which is usually so easy to farm up frags.
Ooh, Furlan gets the first kill, the peek on Device. So he gets the AWP hand in that one. Zipnix, he's going for the spam back on short. Crosshair was over Grubby there as well, so that could have been quite cheeky if he actually did find some damage, but instead, begins to slowly fall back. Towel was in close position as well. If he did try and go for a play, it might have worked out, but instead just holds for the meantime. Snatchy up close and personal. A stationary angle with a 5-7. That's where it's going to be at its best, really, but with the luck of the draw, potentially, if that weapon is actually going to work out for him, Snods, as this push starts to build up towards the A site. As the smokes come in, block off vision for Furlan. He tries to reposition around here. This is where I want to see what Snatchy can do. Snatchy immediately taken down. Furlan lands a beautiful shot with the AWP, though. And this could be a filthy angle, but not if Zipnix does that. Comes through with thick and fast damage total with the CZ. All of a sudden, the CZ's reign supreme. They've retaken the site in the blink of an eye.
Such a well-played retake there from Ego. 3 versus 2. They wait for the bomb plant to go down for Astralis. Effectively a 2 versus 2. And then from the rear, they get a drop on them, find the frag onto Device, and obviously Zipnix has to walk through the smoke. And they were holding it. 4-1 here as they go. Actually going to reset the round loss bonus now for Astralis back down to 1400. So we go full circle. Astralis, they can force this one potentially, or they can go for the quasi-buy, save it here, allow a go to maybe go 5-1 up, but following that, they can buy up into the next round, and they will be going for the first option there. Saving here, buying into round number 7. So if we see a go 5-1 up here, I mean, these are crucial victories, right? They're currently 6 points after 8 maps being played. Oh, sorry, 12 maps being played. Envious are 4 points on 8 matches being played, so that gives, you know, 2 points to be gathered over the course of, what, 4 maps for Envious. So there's a high chance they can pick up a win there. You know, 1 out of 4, and they're already ahead of a go. That would send a go back into the lowest spot in the league, into the auto-relegation position.
Here comes the push out from Astralis, though. They just go for a B-site bonanza. The entry as well from Dupree. That was deadly stuff from the Deagle. Smacks him down. Gets the first kill. Go for the bomb plant now as well. Magic's finds success, but on the retake, the first pick now goes back in favor of a go. Lobbing out that utility as well. Really trying to deal some early damage, but the pistols are just so effective against this. Leaving them stunted, slowing them down as they do try and fire back through, but Dupree, he's a monster. Someone needs to put a leash on this madman. The lunatic in Magis, though, makes Furlan disappear as Astralis will be able to get that round essentially just off the back of a couple of wacky shots from a Deagle.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, a Go Esports there, playing the retake setup 2 towards CT. Obviously, the boost coming over the wall, having a player as well in towards Graffiti, but Astralis, as you said, landing the shots, getting in towards the site. As soon as you have those CZs, upgraded pistols up close towards the B site, you can play the headshot angle towards water, isolate yourself with the close range angle, only showing your head. So the fact that you're lacking Kevlar, for example, won't actually make a difference. Obviously, a Go still have to land the first bullet headshot. And now, a Go. They were poised to have the 5-1 start to get the CT side rolling, but instead, battle of the force buys, battle of the resets, as well as the CT side economy has been shattered for a Go. As now Astralis group up outside the B side, it's going to be Glaive towards B short. The remaining players from Astralis bursting through Monster.
Smokes go down early. Try and block off that vision. Zipnix comes in, nearly a bit of a team kill, but instead, how's this one going to go? Oh, Furlan, he got into the back line, but is detected by Magix, who will swiftly put an end to him. Clave trying to send some people down to the Netherrealm as he does peek out. He actually falls short. It'll be Zipnix to eventually back him up as he peeks out. Snatchy grabs the AK, but couldn't actually tackle anyone with a weapon. And it all comes down to Gruby now. But he's dead, Snots.
He is dead indeed. Left in the water there towards B short. Round number 8 then, 4-3. Astralis bring this one back slowly. Will be the Eco now coming out for a go. They had the force buy in the last round. And obviously, battle of the force buys will conclude in favor of Astralis as they have now won 2 rounds in a row. And now we should be seeing the 4-4 scoreline. Big issue here. Actually, no. Grubby has $3,000, so I was going to say, you know, low chance we see the AWP coming out for potentially Tau or Snatchy, but now here we have it. They will eco this one. Grubby can drop over the AWP or even use it himself if he wants to, but in terms of utility though, Jack, it is going to be fairly low for a go. Astralis, we know they can play the slow methodical style of CS where they gain map control. If we see the CTs lacking Molotovs, lacking counter flashes, for example, you know, default into a late round execution could be very effective for Astralis.
Yeah. Could work out quite nicely for him. As of right now, though, testing the waters at B, I mean, Zipnix is now in the site. He's got a full read, knows there's the welcome mat down. Device is going to end Towel's lives as well. Leaves him on the ground in the toilets. He now looks for a little bit more. If he actually does peek out towards Longside, he should get a big read on this, but Dupree has already done all of the damage. That's a huge amount of cash wired straight to his bank account, and Grubby's the only one left alive.
He is indeed. 1 versus 5. Obviously can try and play for the exit frags here. Then again, in terms of, you know, gaining cash, $100 per frag with that CZ, so the kill bonus is so minuscule, it won't really be making too much of an impact. But obviously, you know, you can try and take some weapons out of the arsenal from Astralis. Obviously, try to find an AK, salvage that to the next round. But Astralis playing this one smart. The MAC-10s are going to be the guns that are out hunting. As they sniff out Grubby, spot him. And there you have it, 4-4. What's the buy going to be looking like now for a go? Into round number 9, it shall be. 5 rifles. No AWP actually dropped over here, so Usually we speak about how strong the CT side AWP is on Overpass, about, you know, working the picks towards Banana, Connector, very long, Be Short, Monster boosted as well towards the sandbags, or even towards A long. Astralis, expecting the AWP buy, expecting something heavy. We're instead going to just extinguish the Molotov and rush. Oh, actually, they missed it.
Oh, they run straight in from it. Look at the amount of damage done from the Inferno. They had to fight their way in. Taul as well. He's grabbed 2 frags so far. This has really slowed down and stripped confidence away from Astralis. Only 3 players remain, and they're just being annihilated, Snods. They start to crumble away to nothing, as all of a sudden Furlan could be the saving grace for the side of a go. But Taul wants to finish him, but they're picking him to pieces. It's just PHR left. He needs to nail them both down. 1:10 left on the clock. Astralis have keeping themselves in a round that looked like it was going to be taken away from them instantly. And they play it smart. Trying to back off. They go towards the A site. They know that he was on B. Oh, this is clever as well. Glaive goes up towards A. Commits to the bomb plant. Magic's going to hold a tight angle here and just wait. He should be able to cut off the rotation, but PHR goes the whole loop around. He'll hear this. It will telegraph to him what exactly is going on. Now he can rotate up towards A, though.
Yeah, the problem is, though, obviously, bomb ticking away, no defuse kit, and as you see now, PHR turning his attention back in towards T-Spawn. It's going to basically reveal his game plan here, and it shall be the save coming out from a go. PHR, M4, Kevlar, no utility, no defuse kit, will be salvaging his rifle into the 10th round. This is the thing, you know, you go for that fully fledged force buy, you find no frags with it. And now you're left in an awkward scenario where, yes, you have that one Molotov. Astralis, they miss the smoke, doesn't extinguish it, they push through. And, you know, 4 players, easy on around 50 HP, still deliver the goods. They make their way in. Bomb planted, and PHR will save. Now, it should be another Corsi buy coming out for a go. Obviously, they are on the maximum round loss bonus now, or close to it. I believe they're on the $2,900 per loss bonus. So, Deagle Kevlar there for Toro. CZ's across the board. Just going to be Snatchy saving. Furlan as well. Might be seeing the AWP from Snatchy into the next round. But, so far, it's looking very good here from the Poles. Oh, well, the Danes, I should say. 5-4 up versus the Corsi by now. High chance we see 6 rounds. Obviously, 6-7 rounds. All Astralis are really going to need here on their T side to get the ball rolling on their CT half, as we know how much of a lockdown, the stronghold, and the forts they're able to basically build here towards these sites on their CT side.
Oh. Early face coming through there. Grubby tried to go for something a little bit cheeky as he did push up. Magic's will be able to dispatch him though. Debris takes around 44 points of damage there, so he is actually going to be okay off the back of it. They can now push up and try and work out how exactly they want to play this one. Obviously, for a go, they don't really have the range advantage. It's only PHR that has a rifle in his hands. The rest of them still restricted to just pistols. It's a bit of a mixed bag as well. 5-7 on Snatchy, Deagle on Towel, Furlan with the CZ. As they group up and try and hold these off angles on the A site and complement each other if the push does come in. It depends what Snatchy actually gets over towards this B site. I mean, if they push in behind Snatchy, he just tries to play for the trigger discipline. It could be quite awkward. And they should be going towards him as well. This is going to seal the deal. Losing the first member at the A site. Zipnix would clear it, you'd imagine. But it's a bit awkward. He doesn't. Snatchy overextends, but he gets given the AK because of it. But the timing doesn't work out well for him. Magisk was arriving on the scene and is able to kick up a fuss as he finds 2 frags before he's put in his place by PHR there. Oh, PHR. He's been sniped down by Device. Sniper with a hell of a scope. Wants to try to take out a cop or 2 as he peeks back round again from short. Tower runs into the trap, thinks him down to 10 HP, overextends and will take him down with his sidearm.
Clinical player there from Astralis. Obviously, that was only versus the quasi by Jack, and now into round number 11 it's going to be the full buy. 6-4, and as I said just a second ago, you know, for Astralis, 6-7 rounds, all they're really going to be hoping, well, not hoping for, but needing on their T side here on Overpass. Their CT side is just so stellar, and for a go, this could get worrying extremely soon. If they fall short to a 10-5 half, a 9-6 half on their CT side, and once they flip over to the Ts, they're going to be under so much pressure to land that second half pistol and have a near perfect T half. So obviously Astralis right now 15-0 in maps online within the past 2 weeks. The last loss they had obviously in overtime versus Hellraisers. On Overpass actually, so maybe that's the silver lining here for a go. These guys, these beasts are tameable. Slow play here. Grubby taken down towards B short already from Dupree. The entry role we know him for and love him for has been so effective so far, and he might actually line up for a second frag as well as Towel is low. And there you have it. All the defense towards the B site is now clear.
Push coming up. Furlan only gets one before he's gonna go down. She's defending over towards the side here. He is. She's got the bomb control. I didn't realize that was where his was. So Furlan could be very effective if the push actually does come up. It's Zipnix who's gonna need to fight him out. Zipnix doesn't clear the angle. So Furlan brings it back into a 2v2. You've got bomb control. Snatchy as well. Gonna fall back to actually aid him. This could be huge for a go. There's no real reason they should actually lose this round at this point. I mean, you've got 35 seconds. Only way Astralis foreseeably win this is if they actually take them down and play off for kills. They need the frags, and where's this peek coming out from Dupree? Is he going to try and run the risk right now, going for the pre-fire glaive?
Must have been looking at his map there. There's just no excuse for the belated shot there from Snatchy. Furlan now 30 HP, 1 versus 2.
Oh, when he gets tagged, Glaive is hot on his heels. But the thing is, they need to kill him. They can't get the bomb plant. They have to fight this, and it needs to be quick. He pushes out,
Why
and Glaive
is he
will do it.
peeking?
He could have run away there, could have hid.
Glaive had no idea it was there. He just hid, hunkered in. There was 4 seconds left. Unlucky. He must have thought that Glaive expected him to be there, lining the Molotov for the corner. Wow. I go. Nearly had it in their favor, obviously. Dupree finds the first 2 frags towards B short. 5 versus 3 already. The B site completely bare, but the bomb gets caught towards his T-stairs from Furlan. And now, 7-4, 3-1 advantage for Astralis. So once again, the pistol's going to be coming out for a go. We've already seen a quasi-buy victory here for the Poles with these CZs. So can they do it for a second time running?
So, pushing down through short. It's a bit of a missed flick there from Dupree. But Glaive is able to come back through with 2 nice frags from the AK. He still holds it as well, expecting more to come. Glaive has read it correctly, as he does find that frag, and it's all just left on Snatchy. Not really in a manageable position. I mean, 1v4, Glaive the only one that isn't on full HP. Peeks out, Magic's capped the angle on lockdown. He'll find that frag, which now means Astralis are 4 rounds ahead of a go. They're not going to be showing any signs of slowing down soon.
Astralis already doubling the scoreline from a go, 8-4. Another buy coming out, double orb setup as well. One of the benefits from Astralis on their T side is, as we've already discussed here, how good they are at nullifying the CT side orpos with their flashbangs, with their smokes, and their trading ability. But if they just burst simply through the smoke jack, this could walk straight into their hands here for a go, wielding these AWPs.
Yeah, this could work very nicely. It could actually just bypass them. That would be the ideal counter to the Orb Tower, though. Up close and personal, if he can land the shot, it can be lethal. They don't know where he is. They still haven't realized his location. And he's allowed to find 2 frags, nearly the no-scope on the 3rd. Eventually put in his place. But Furlan, the ferocity is there. A bit of a spam coming through. That is the bomb dropped as well. As Magis gets left in a watery grave, and it is only Glaive last alive. 1 versus 3. For the IGL and Captain, and he needs to lead by example into this round if somehow he is going to pick it up. Recovers the bomb. He's still got 50 seconds to work with here, so time isn't going to be a real constraint just yet. But how does he play this, Nods?
Yeah, 40 seconds left. Could run back towards T-spawn, obviously, but Furlan playing so aggressively, going to hit the steps if he tries to go back towards A. Going to try and go for the monster concept play, though. Grubby on fairly low HP, only going to be revealing his head, I imagine. She is, but actually going to be losing the duel. Most likely done enough damage, though. Glaive only on 37 points of health. The bomb will be planted, so extra cash at least now for Astralis. Towards B short, Furlan catches Glaive off guard. So 2 players surviving here for a go. Crucially, they win this round here as well. Bomb will be defused. One of the orbs is going to be saved, and maybe the second as well. It depends where it is. Orb was dropped towards connector, I believe, of course. Obviously, Tahul somehow finding 2 frags there with the orb. Up close after firing 3 shots. But 8-5 now, 3 on advantage, and as you can see, misses the first. Lands the second, and they still don't have any idea where he is. Takes 3 shots before they have an inkling he is towards the close right cubby there towards B short. 5-8 here. See with the buy coming out once again. Penultimate round here, this half round number 14. This is 2 more to play for. A go. Want to make this one 8-7, win that second half pistol and get off to a stellar start on their T side. But then again, for Astralis, this can still be a 10-5 half.
It could be. Just need to actually try and pick up a couple more frags into this, get the momentum flowing. Device goes for the face out towards long with support as they flash over. This forces Snatchy back early. He doesn't actually want to try and fight this. He's just going to deviate, go back, link up on site, play a more defensive angle with the support of Tower, but that's both of those AWPs. Very close proximity grouped up on the site. Furlan's the only one with a rifle. Playing slightly deeper towards the toilets there. Snatchy. Re-peeking round. Oh, Device. Barely being able to spot him out. Eventually sees a bit of leg. As he now knows his location, Snards, as we get down to the minute mark.
55 seconds left. AWP ran it off towards A long. The rotation comes in from Taul as well. So now we see Snatchy, Furlan, Taul all located here towards A. 2 AWPs, as it will be the split towards A long and through Banana. Furlan finds the first, but an instant refrag.
Yeah, but Awkward obviously going to give him a hug there as he was so blind and dazed and confused. The AWPs work into rapid success as they just start to hammer their way through the oncoming Ts. Now though, it's the retake situation. All 3 of them at entry from the same angle. Device with a CZ goes for the bank play. The audacity. Let's try and see if the confidence is going to work out well for the man, but he misses the headshot. It was lined up, but not quite pixel perfect. It's a double AWP save for a go. The defuse as well. That does mean it's going to go to a 6-8 scoreline, getting ever closer possibly to pushing this into a 7-8.
Yeah, that's true. How much cash has Astralis got left? Obviously, they had the round streak where they brought it back from 4-2 down. And, well, you can see there by that cash. Nearly 8,000 into Astralis' bank balance for Xyp9x. But 2 AWPs coming out from the T side. This is rather interesting, actually. Obviously, Dupree being the secondary AWP had such an outstanding performance with the AWP at Blast Pro Series. They tried Dupree primary AWPing and obviously Device on the rifle. Didn't really work out too well, obviously, when Rubino stepped in for a little bit when Device had his stint while being ill. But final round of the half. Both teams going to be fairly happy with this one. Obviously, a go on 6 rounds so far, but catching Device, it is lonesome, but still connects the flick. In the 30 left on the clock here, 5 versus 4 in favor of Astralis. As we see the bomb towards T-stairs. Magic's boy in towards Connector. Glaive as well going to be supporting Device potentially here towards the A side, but actually going to be picking up the bomb here. And another pick. Snatchy's AWP taken out of the equation. 5 versus 3. Device running rampant towards the A side, finding picks left, right, and center. Astralis expecting one of the B players to make a rotation towards the B site. But if they stay entrenched towards B, actually, this is going to be a good site to stack.
This is true. The call could be fabulous if they actually do push into this, as a go going to be grouped up and ready to defend. But can they actually deflect the oncoming aggression? PHR nails down Xyp9x and Dupree. Can he rail through anyone else? As Tao's a little bit confused. You can see over at the A site, Device has been able to make enough commotion to actually force him back. But here's the pivotal point. Here's the footsteps of Glaive. Glaive jumps into him, offers him the no-scope as he'll land that shot, switches out to the rifle, plays a bit of gun game into this one. He's found 2 frags, and it all comes back to Device now. The demolition man himself for the Danish side grabs the bomb. 17 seconds. Oh, hits the first shot, Snods, but he's still going to get the second. Knows the location of Taul, but it doesn't matter. 7-8 is the scoreline. The AK, as he just annihilates Device there, coming through with a headshot. And that's it, going to push it over to a 7-8 scoreline as Astralis. Will they be able to keep that momentum they built up with their brief stint of rounds being picked up in the second half, or is this a go now with a resurgence going to come in strong on the pistol?
Yeah, I think you said it there. The pistol round being rather pivotal for both teams. Obviously, a go win this one, they could be looking at a 10-8 scoreline. Obviously, they are on the terrorist side now, so the side where they can really snowball off the back of that pistol. Conversely, for Astralis here, obviously 1 round ahead, but they started on the slower foot. 8-7, and they got 8 rounds on their T side here on Overpass. And that's usually seen as a, 65 or 70, 30 sided in favor of the CT side. We're used to seeing 9-6s, for example, 10-5s in favor of the CTs. And now for Astralis, they have the 1 round advantage. They're now on the favored side, the pistol round. As we go, rush towards connector. Bomb left towards T-Stairs.
Ooh, burst comes down. It's actually Grubby and Tower that find the first 2 frags. This is looking good for the Polish powerhouse team. See where they opt to take this one from this position now. 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock. In terms of utility, you have a flashbang, a decoy, and a smoke. So they group up and just really dial back the pace. Want to try and switch up that tempo completely. Seeing if Astralis are going to make any over-exaggerations, any extensions. And Magis could be the one to fall into that trap as he pushes around a little bit, testing the waters. If he does actually go up through ladder, he'll be quickly tackled. But to go reposition once more as we get to about the minute mark. Seems like an A play could be on the cusp.
4 versus 3. Go with the advantage here. They won the first pistol on their CT side. If you remember the 2 versus 1 onto Zipnix. And Astralis gambling towards the B side. Seems likely they may win the second. Decoy towards the fountain. A go. Gonna pull the trigger here. Rushing towards A long. No rotations yet from Astralis towards the A side. No defuse kit as well. As now the A side would be in the domain of the Poles. This is looking likely here to be an 8-8 scoreline, and both pistols going in favor of a go unless we see a monstrous retake now.
Yeah. Walking into a absolute stacked fright fest, the players on the A site, as everyone is covering at a nice defensive angle. Glaive will already be the first point of confrontations. He does peek up the front line infantry. Has to make a nice withdrawal over by a bank, but instead it's Furlan to be the cleaner in this round as he peeks out through toilets, finds both of those frags and wipes him up like a spilt drink. And moves us through with quick succession as they pick up that pistol round. That was lovely for him. There's now a go. If they can pick up the next 2 off the back of that, Snods, they're actually going to have the momentum for him. I mean, that'll be looking within the region of a 10-8. If they keep it up from there, 1 reset round, a go projected to actually put themselves into a massive position.
Will be the double SMG buy now from a go as well. Snatching, Furlan going to be winning those SMGs. 3 AKs to round off the rest of the buys. So they have some firepower at range, as you can see there. Grubby finding the first frag into this round onto Device. Apart from that, Astralis, a player down. Backed up here by 4 CZs. You know, Kevlar there onto 3 of the players, plus as well smokes for both Zipnix and Glaive. So, will be the A-long push here. Taul adds to the agenda here for a go. 5 versus 3 is now they flood in towards A.
Yeah, Zipnix with the CZ up close and personal is able to put a dent in Furlan. Can he get any more? Goes for the reface as well. Cheeky stuff as he wanted the Mach 10. He's just giving it, Snods. Going for these constant faces from the rearest Magis, trying to tiptoe his way in for a stealthy strike, but instead he's punished, loses his face. Gives over a free CZ to Snatchy that'll snap it up. As they reposition for a bit of a B play in towards the later stages of this one. 45 seconds left on the clock. As they sprint their way over, it's going to be a marathon for them. They now slow down, going to group up, and eventually go for this play in. Zipnik's going for the jump face. He wants to try and get the read. Glaive instead going to favor a closer angle with his CZ.
Yeah, all 4 players grouped up here towards Monster. Both the players there from Astralis here towards B as well. The CZ up close finds 1. Ooh, nearly lands at the second though, but a fast reply frag from PHR. As it's all down to Glaive in the 1 versus 3, but eventually Grubby finds himself the second. And there you have it, a go in the lead. 9-8 here. And we saw a similar affair here when we saw in the, was it IM Sydney qualifiers, Hollywood versus Astralis on Overpass.
Yep.
Hollywood, you know, the first map in the best of 3, they were competitive. They went toe-to-toe for the first, first half and the beginning of the second half. But it was around, the 12-12 mark where Astralis really took away with the lead. And a go here. The underdogs obviously in this one, in this map, are 1 round up and maybe making it 2. Only going to be 1 flash in terms of utility here for the CT side. They have $2,000 across the board as well. Device, I believe, can still, Device can still buy the AWP, but obviously going to be lacking the Kevlar, which may impact how aggressive he can play. Unless he finds 1 frag here into this eco round with the USP, obviously that put him up to $3,000 plus the 2.4K. 5.4K can still buy the AWP and Kevlar. But for now, a go looking strong. still wait here, Jack. A minute 5 seconds left. A minute 7 seconds left in the clock here as the bomb makes its way now towards B.
Yep, straight out Snatchy. Nabs himself the frag onto the device. Furlan as well. Takes down Zipnix. Glaive falls down. Dupree hits the deck, and all of a sudden, it's just Magis left. This will be that 10-8 scoreline we foreshadowed as a go. We'll pick it up. Trying to get the extra cash in the bomb plant as well, but he can't quite achieve it. Doesn't matter though, as their pockets are lined very deep. And they're going to be armed to the teeth as well. You've got the 4 AKs, the AWP on Snatchy. A collection of utility to make their lives easier. Device will don the AWP, but it's a glass cannon.
It's true. Obviously can play towards A long here. Seems like he's going to be joined by Magic's boy as well. Device, opening towards A long. Magic's boy actually playing towards long toilet so we can spot towards the top of connector, also spot through middle. Ooh, actually the off angle towards A long, which will allow the players to walk up, spots the head, but cannot connect the flick.
Gets the first. Magis comes in with a counter pick as well on towards Furlan. Oh, but there we have it. PHR. As he peeks out through toilets, gets that frag. Glaive needs to go in deep, and also Device is taking a bit of a dent. And you know what they say, Snods? A candle that burns twice as bright, but half as long, so he's going to be risky. Going for that glass cannon, needs to play more defensive angles. He will hold back. Just bobbing and weaving, trying to get information really rather than anything. This relies so heavily on Glaive. Dupree now rotating in from the rear though. Can support Glaive. This is a good setup for him as he finds the kill. Eliminates PHR, which has just been a nuisance for him. He's been the one getting these huge openers and quite ludicrous flick shots that he's been able to whip out into these rounds. And now it's just a 2v4 Snatchy as well. Not expecting Glaive to push up and get into his comfort zone. Not respecting personal space.
Yeah, I know. You know, there's a line and he's crossed it. 1 versus 4. Glaive finds the final frag into this one too. 2 frags found for Glaive into that last round. As Device, you know, missing the initial shot there towards A long, goes for the reface with the double zoom. Finds the entry, obviously baits a little bit there as well for Magic's boy. The reason being is, as soon as Device goes for the reface, finds the first frag, they're all obviously changing their gaze and paranoid about Device going for another peek. And allows Magic's boy to go 1 for 1 and gave them the advantage early on. 10-9 now, as we see potentially the last buy from a go here before they may have to be back onto an eco. 5 AKs for them, no AWP for Snatcher just yet. Ooh. Fast play towards connector as well. Usually when we see that smoke towards the top of the stairs, from the T's in towards connector, it usually alludes to a B split via B short, and obviously Monster.
Yeah, this push starting to come out. They build up the confidence, teetering on the edge of what they actually want to do if they're going to go for this B play. Or if they'll back off and decide something else a little bit later on into the round. But it's actually the slow contact phase. Furlan and Snatchy, they go in. Molotov comes in as well to force player out from close barrels. Glaive detects what's foot, and he will peek up and find the headshot back on towards Furlan there. The smokes go down. Glaive, so much more to be done. Oh, that would have been absolutely phenomenal if he actually could find the kill on PHR, but it just goes down to Magisk. And he really is going to need to pull a rabbit out of a hat into this one, Snods, as the chances of success are so low. A 1v3. He got a little selection of utility, but he peeks round. Suspected the angle from Grubby, but that is just a filthy shot.
11-9. The reset now coming through onto Astralis' economy. 2-round advantage for a go. Astralis now have the option to save their buy, but to the next one, obviously, they've now just been reset after winning the first buy of the second half. But because a go won that pistol, I mean, winning that T-side pistol makes such a big difference here. Not only because when you go into the first buy round, if you win that one, you know, you're 4-0 up, plus a weak buy, potentially a quasi buy, you know, you're high to see a 5-0 lead. But also, if you lose that first buy round, Jack, if you then win the second buy round and reset the CT-side economy, you find yourself in this scenario. It feels like winning that T-pistol on maps like, you know, Inferno, Cobble, Overpass, where the T-side can really snowball that advantage.
Device. Let's see if he can start to snowball out of control into this one. Nope, not even a single thing. It's actually a go have a clean slate. 12 rounds now picked up. They're starting to tear their way through them. Definitely just playing with confidence and firepower there. Astralis, though, you got the rebuy. Device this time on the AWP with support of Armor, Zipnix, Dupree, and Magisk. And also Glaive going to be on in those M4s. A little bit restricted on the utility though. Not too many flashes. Although they do have 4 smokes.
They do indeed. A go. Turning up the ante here as they find 2. Trying to get the 3rd as well, but can't quite connect it. Grabbing the eventual trade frag onto Dupree. But Dupree already finding 2 frags into that one. Gives Astralis the big advantage here. Round number 22. And it was a quick start, but now the pace of the round slows momentarily. Obviously, the instant rotation from Glaive back towards the A side. Expecting a go to go, rotating through connector potentially in towards A up banana. But it will be the re-hit now. Minute left on the clock as Agoa contacting through Monster.
Walking out, still going to try and hit the site that they attacked into the early stages of the round that Dupree defended, but Glaive and Zipnix collect a header piece as he'll then peek up, gets the second, and will mount that above his fire piece, and has another round going the way of Astralis as it goes 10-12. And to be honest with you, Snods, this is the sort of scenario where before we've seen Astralis get into these positions on Overpass. Against Hollywood, as you said, this same affair happened, right? Got to the position where all of a sudden it looked like maybe there could be an upset coming through. Astralis woke up on that CT side in the second half, came into full effect around the 24th, 25th round, so is this going to be the case once again?
Oh, perfect grenade there towards T-Stairs, and a perfect position there from Magix as well. 1-for-1 trade though, really goes in favor of a go here. They can slow this round down. They have the 4 versus 4. They were going to be expecting Astralis to split up their CT side defense 2-2. They can go back towards the B site, you know, do their smokes, grenades, utility towards the B site, have a 4 versus 2 essentially towards B, or they can just continue the pace towards A. Frag found for Glaive, but Device finds one as well.
Yeah, 3v3. Conceded A site controls. There's no one on there to actually defend it in the front line. It's going to have to be a retake, but Device finds the kill on Furlan. All of a sudden, there's only 2 men left on the T side. You lob a Molotov down, but Device can still play around this. It's not going to completely exclude him from the round. It's him and Dupree that need to come in from close toilets. Scrooby pushing up as he wants to go for the peek down. Zipnix, is he going to get spotted out here? All depends on the timing, really, if Zipnix wants to push in. Scrooby just defends from back, going to be holding the angle. Snatchy as well, smoked out. Has to make the call to push through. Finds the headshot. This should be the 13th round picked up now for a go. Snatch just needs to go for the spam of the bomb plant. Pushes in though. Thought Zipnix was on it, but it doesn't matter. It's too little too late. Zipnix has the save. That's a 13th round for a go.
Once again, the reset for Astralis. They can even pause here and talk about this one. They're on the brink of having their crazy online streak. 15-0 currently in terms of maps. They will be going for the pause. 13-10 on Overpass. A go right now, the second to last team. But when you look at, obviously, points versus games played, you know, arguably having the worst run of form here in Pro League Season 7. And really putting up against Astralis here. I believe a 3rd. So this is looking good here. Upset maybe into the first day of Pro League. We're back. Back with the B stream.
The B team here on the B stream, I mean, very possible, Snods, as 13-10 to the scoreline. I mean, we have seen this. It's not like it's uncharacteristic of Astralis to possibly get left in these situations, but it's a whole different kettle of fish, really. The fact that Ago are just being able to storm their way through them. We do have the investment now on the table for Astralis, but into round 24, are they going to switch things up? Can they actually stop this, or is this going to be their online win streak brought to a halt?
Let's find out. They will be going for the force buy. M4 for Magix. Up close towards A long. Flashbang, not really connecting as well, but a go. Oh, landing the perfect grenade there onto Magic's point. Down to 44 HP. Has to instantly retreat back in towards the default side. Might actually come towards A long with Device here, which he will do. So, a jump spot towards A long. Obviously, try and bait for Device, who is currently in towards long toilet. So they have information towards both A long and middle. So now it all comes down to this. I go win this one 14-10. Well, Astralis basically have to go for an eco, maybe try bring it back to overtime. 15-10 down.
Device. He's going to push down. Just teetering on the edge as he peeks out, but all he receives is a bullet to the brain there from PHR. Leaves him dead on the ground as he still continues to lead the charge for the rest of the Polish squadron that he has behind him. Magisk. Depends on how confident he's actually feeling if he wants to go for the backstab instead. Looks like he'll just be teetering on the angle and waiting for a good read, but this push is coming out thick and fast towards the A site, and Furlan, he's going to be the one that needs to go large and in charge here, really, on the front line. PHR, another kill. That's the backstab in Magisk now. Completely wiped away. One will go down from Furlan as well. Glaive pushes in with the CZ, but the spam connects on no one. And the Catalyst, there they go. It's just been fantastic. I mean, every round going their way thus far, and all of a sudden, Dupree, it's a 1v5. You can't really do too much. You're miles away from the site. You've got no kit, no chance. Save it out. 14 rounds on the board now for the Polish teams now. It's just one away from match point.
Crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? Not only are they one round away from match point if they win this one, or well, they are going to win this one, but also the fact that the money is going to be shattered now for Astralis. They went for the risky force buy after being reset for a second time on their CT half. So, in terms of cash, you know, $2,000 across the board. They can force this one and try and not allow a go to reach that 15th round, or they can save here, buy up into the 30th, and try and bring it all the way to overtime. But it will be a pause coming out, so now, obviously, tactical timeout for Astralis. They can try and compose themselves, work out the best way to really approach this sort of awkward angle.
I mean, what do you do here in this situation as well? 14-10 on Overpass. You're down and out on your CT side. You're restricted in terms of what you really have to work with, obviously, in terms of the economy snods. They don't really have the best buy that's going to be coming through into what decides whether or not if this is possibly going to be an overtime scenario if Astralis actually can get momentum back after this, because this round decides a lot.
It really does. I mean, I feel like a go, if they get to match point here, they're going to be 15-10 up. They should be able to close that sort of lead out. Obviously, 5 chances to finish the job. The fact that we see... Oh, actually, I was going to say, because we see Astralis here holding pistols, maybe they're going for a save, but actually, no. They have forced it. They have taken the risk. 2 CZs, 2 UMPs, and 1 MP9 could be the difference here between match point for a go. Oh, the HE grenade connects perfectly. Grubby, PHR, deducted down to sub-half HP. As they are still trying to get rather aggressive here, peeking in towards the smokes. It's going to be Magic's boy lurking here and towards Connector. Grubby.
Ooh.
Actually, apologies to Wolf finding the first frag there, spotting him out. And now 5 versus 4 already.
That's relentless as well, that first frag. I mean, Magisk, you imagine normally you'd be able to hit those shots, but didn't come out today. It's not been displayed. He is left on the ground, and there you go now. You're in a good spot. You've got a 5v4. Much more potential in terms of the firepowers you actually brought into this. They're bearing very strong firearms. These AKs can be lethal at any range, whereas Astralis, they're pretty restricted in terms of their actual capability of what they can do with the CZs and MP9, the UMP. The UMP's got a little bit more leeway, but that's about it as the push comes up. Device needs to be the bouncer to deny entry in towards his bomb site as he holds close on the angle. Going to be smoked off. Support comes through, though. Glaive leaps in and strikes as he finds the first frag, but that's all he gets. Bomb will now be planted as well. Zipnix and Dupree on the retake. If they even want to dare and try and go for this, it'll be very risky. CZ frag found. MP9 as well causes mischief as he bounds back in, Snods, leaving it on Furlan and Snatchy to defend this one and force it into overtime potentially now as they drag it out. They get the match point. Astralis, it has to be overtime or bust.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. Of all teams to, you know, silence the streak here for Astralis, you know, you're expecting your Virtus Pros, the newly formed G2 of all that roster, well, sorry, raw skill on that roster, you know, your phases, Fanatics. But no. A go right now, obviously, they were the king of upsets only a few months ago, even qualified for Pro League. They were so strong online. Even on LAN as well, obviously. We cast them the minors when they had the upset win. They obviously went to the MDL LAN. They qualified here. They are 1 round away from going as a bare minimum. You know, 1-1. Who knows? Even a 2-1 maybe for a go. But this is horrifying right now for Envious, who are watching this probably right now. And this could be real bad for their chances of making out the auto-relegation spot.
That is very true, actually. If we do see a go picking this up, the position it could put them in would be quite nice. And It's looking like it could go that way. Zipnik's tacked up low. Oh, Dupree tried to go one of his vintage aggressive plays, but stubbed out early. The fire in his heart is going to be quickly extinguished. Grubby with a backstab on Zipnix leaves him down and dying. Magisk as well follows suit with the rest of his teammates, and it's just Device left, and I don't know if he's going to have the steam and the firepower, the oomph left inside him to actually bring himself back into this game. Snods, as it's do or die on this round. He has to go for it, as there's no point trying anything else. Can just push in, run the risk, gets the first headshot on PHR, but he is low. 45 HP in that health bar is dropping by the second.
Oof.
Just 3 HP now as he peeked with a smoke out. But he's still got to charge in. He knows no matter what happens here, it's going to be awkward. Pushes through. Grubby will eliminate him. A go take their win here on Overpass.
16 to 10, you know, we were thinking it's going to be very one-sided for Astralis when you look at the leaderboard so far in Season 7 Pro League, when you look at the recent form from Astralis as well. You know, maybe the, unexpected level of skill that a go obviously had, maybe the unexpected level of, strategy potentially, but it was, 8-7 half for Astralis. It was very comfortable on the T side. In terms of the struggles, losing both pistols made a big difference. Obviously being reset, what was it, 2? No, they got reset 3 times on their CT side. I mean, how can you really come back from those sort of deficits?
It is true. And it's actually crazy. I mean, in terms of the standings here, that is your 13th place team currently, beating out number 3. Astralis, and
but that's 13th place, having played 12 matches already. Look at Envious, they're last, yes, but they still had even 4 matches less played. And Envious played versus, or play versus FaZe today.
Yeah.
Now, do we expect them to walk away with a 2-0? Unlikely not. Can they get a best-of-1 victory? Potentially.
I think they already have picked up one of the maps there.
Have they actually?
I believe so.
Oh my goodness, so this gets real juicy later on.
Yeah, so it actually does put it into a pretty good position. I mean, for both of those sides.
Yeah, I mean, Envious, obviously, sorry to interrupt you there, Jack, but Envious thought, okay, we beat FaZe, Astralis are going to, walk all over a go. They're 2 points behind, so obviously they get the 3 point for the victory, and they're ahead, but no.
That's very true. And actually, if we do see both of those games go 1-1, they get left in the same positions they were in at the start of the day. Exactly. Which isn't going to be too favourable for Envious, really.
Well, 16 to 10. We didn't expect that one. Not sure the next map is, but Astralis now have, 10, 15 minutes to try and recalibrate themselves. Call off that loss, but the crazy win streak, it is going to be trained. Thanks very much, Sam. And yeah, the crazy win streak, 15-0, is now 15-1. This all ends there.
Yeah, that is true. It's gone down like a flash in the pan. I mean, they defended it fantastically against Virtus Pro.
G2, Virtus Pro, you name it, but obviously Furlan and the boys, too much to handle.
Yeah, that is true. So Ago are going to be walking away with a very nice map win there on Overpass. But are they going to be going the whole hog and picking up 2? Or will this be a return to form for Astralis in our second map on Train? Find out as we'll get into that after the break.